there, how are we doing? I do understand. My name is Sherilyn, and I'm here a day late and a dollar short, I'm sure, right? Today is Tuesday, early morning, and this is your weekly reading. This one right here will be for my Sagittariuses. I apologize for the delay at any rate. So, we're going to see what comes out for you, Sagittarius. This one should be for, then we're going to say it's for Tuesday the 23rd. We're going to make this one's for Tuesday through Thursday, right? Yeah, so to the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay, all that out of the way. Let's see what we get. Okay. All right, for my Sagittarius, Sagittarius. What you got going on this week, Sagittarius? Let's see. Okay, we're going to open up with the Tower, the Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. So this is your backstory going into this reading. It's telling me where we're working from, right? So obviously something here has crumbled lately. Something that you thought was sturdy enough to build on top of has proved to not be for one reason or another. It's something you felt very passionately about. The obstacle here has become options, or it was options, because like I said, we're building on the story. So this is what we have coming into the week. So I don't know if you found that you had other options and that was something that caused this to crash down, or was it that somebody else started to explore their options outside of a situation possibly? At any rate, this is what we're building from. So this has already taken place. We can't really change what's already happened here. Okay, so that's what we have there. What do you got now, Sagittarius? I'm looking at the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so currently you are totally invested in some sort of a new opportunity in love. For some of you, I feel like you are trying to rebuild what you already had here in the past that came crashing down. For others of you, this is you going in a brand new direction. No matter which direction this is going, this is definitely a situation where you're trying to wipe the slate clean and start over again, okay? That's what's happening here. You are trying to put the past in the past and start over. You have 3 aces already in just 2 lines of reading here. So, I mean, you are truly trying to put everything into starting from new, okay? Even though for some of you, I feel like this is trying to go backwards to restart something from the past. The challenge in this row is actually the Ace of Pentacles, so it is the opportunity. So for some of you, the challenge is being given the opportunity to start over again, right? Is where the challenge is lying. You're having a hard time possibly getting the other person on board to start over anew. Okay, so what do we have in the near future? I've got the Death card, the Eight of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Okay, Sagittarius. So for sure you understand that what needs to happen here is there needs to be a transformation, okay? For some of you, I feel like the transformation, how do you want to say this in a nice way? You know, somebody will say, if you've had the same problem consistently, you need to look at what's the common denominator. And the common denominator then is usually you, right? So I feel like this transformation is something that you need to go through. I'm not saying that you're at fault all by yourself or something in whatever's gone wrong in the past, but I am saying that there is a denominator. There's something here that you need to heal inside of you so that you can get a different result. Rather, whether it is with the same person, this feels like a person. So whether you're trying to go back to the same situation you already had here that fell apart and trying to rebuild it, or whether you're trying to start a totally new situation, either way, what you're trying to do is wipe the slate clean and start from scratch, okay? But there is something about you needing to heal a part of you. You need to accept that there's something broken inside of you and heal it, okay? So that you can move forward and get a different result in whichever dynamic you choose to go forward with, right? If you don't try to heal whatever this is that's broken inside of you, you're going to continue to get the same result, which is obviously one you don't like, okay? The next card over is the Eight of Cups, and this is about you walking away from something. But I feel like this is not walking away from something, as in a person, place, or thing. This is you walking away from a broken version of yourself. So it's walking away from a preconceived notion or It's walking away from a broken version of yourself so that you are whole when you go into this new beginning. And the challenge here is heartbreak. I mean, there is something here that is quite heartbreaking to you. Maybe this is you walking away from a situation that's no longer working, and that is very heartbreaking to you. To accept that this is not going to be able to be fixed is something that is very difficult for you to accept, it looks like. Okay? If that's the case. You know, I don't know if you're walking away from a way of being, or are you walking away from the whole situation. Okay, so here I have the Five of Swords, the Sun, and the Ten of Cups. You're very conflicted when it comes to something that makes you very happy, something where you think you can find your emotional fulfillment. This feels like something that is broken to an extent that it is very hard, if not impossible, to fix. But it feels as though you are definitely not wanting to accept that. I have the Ten of Wands. Almost like you're refusing to accept it. I don't know if that's healthy or not, but that's what I got. The Queen of Wands and the World card. There is definitely something here about there being a very heavy burden to carry. It's over the fact that you get what you want. That's how your life works in general. You know what I'm saying? You are presenting here as the Queen of Wands. You are somebody who sees what you want and you go get it. So it's like you can't seem to wrap your head around the fact that possibly this is something you're not going to manage to get because the cycle's closing, possibly, or something. This feels to me like something that has been damaged to an extent, possibly. I'm sure it took both of you to damage this, but I feel like right now you are taking the brunt of the blame on whatever's gone wrong here. And it's been damaged to an extent that it cannot be brought back. Possibly, okay? That is what I see here. Or that is the realization that you're coming to right here. However, I don't think that you're accepting it. I don't know. Not yet, anyways. Okay, let me see what we get for the days of the week. For Tuesday, I've got the Six of Swords and the Empress. You're not accepting this because you feel like if you put your foot down and make the necessary changes, you can somehow nurture this back to health or whatever. Nurture this relationship back into what it once was or what you want it to be. Wednesday, I've got the Two of Wands and the Four of Cups. But there's decisions that have to be made because there's a level of dissatisfaction here overall, okay? There's a level of being dissatisfied with the generalized dynamic or something. I don't know. Wednesday, that was Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, I've got the Six of Cups and the Strength card. You're feeling weak because of how much you have invested here, because of all the nostalgia and all the memories you have invested into this situation. So to walk away from it seems counterproductive to you. It's going to depend on your situation. I don't know. I mean, the biggest obstacle I see here is the other person involved, right? I mean, I don't know where they're at on this. This definitely looks like something that's been on repeat for a minute. I feel like you're coming to a different level of realization this week. So possibly you are now willing to change something that maybe in the past you were not. It's just whether or not it's too little too late, I'm not sure. Okay, 3 more and we're out of it. I do have the Two of Cups. This is a divine union. The Nine of Cups, it's your wish fulfillment. And with the Fool, you wish to take a leap of faith back into this. It's like something happened this time that made this feel more real, and now you're really willing to change something. And I don't think you're giving up easily. That much I'll say. All right, that's what I have for you this week. I hope this somehow helps you. No matter what the cards say, go out and make it the best week you possibly can. And don't try to make this fit if it's not your situation. Maybe go watch your rising sign or your moon sign if this isn't your deal here. But this is what I have for you this week, okay? All right, thank you.